I would like to start by saying good afternoon to our esteemed judges, our audience, and our fellow competitors. I would just like to start by organizing my speech in four main points. I would like to start first with a point that is obviously essential to this debate. It is whether or not it is the role of the principal to punish students for acts that happen outside of the campus. Okay, you're saying that it is the job of the principal to ensure the safety of the students inside the school campus. We're not arguing that, but we're talking about events that occur outside of school. For example, if a kid gets mugged walking to school, is it the role of the principal to protect the child, or is it the role of the parents and the police to get involved? Clearly, it is not the role of the principal. He can't be watching every student, making sure they're protected outside of school. Second point under that is the role of the parents, not the principal, to punish their own child, because they are the ones who know their child the best. They'll know which punishment is most effective with their child, what kind of therapy they need. Some students are acting out of anger, some students are acting out of insecurity. The principal won't have the intimate relationship with the student to be able to judge what kind of counseling or what kind of reform they need. My second point is that the school jurisdiction ends at the school gates. You can see this in certain Supreme Court cases. Like, for example, in the Fraser case, the reason that Fraser lost the case in saying that because he was publishing lewd content not pornographic, but lewd content inside school grounds. That's why he lost. But at the same time, underground school papers are legal and are, in some cases, even encouraged, even if they do occur, even if they are circulated inside the school, because they are not part of the school, even if they do contain the lewd or even sometimes pornographic images, because it is not from the school. It is outside of the school, and it's the student's right to say their opinions, whether or not they are rude or offensive to someone else. I would like to bring up one of the examples that our opponents used in the very first argument with the pudding. I should not be forced to not say I like pudding because the person sitting next to me doesn't like pudding. It's my right to say whether or not I like pudding. That leads to my third point, which you have to be able to identify whether or not these bullying comments, supposedly bullying comments, are really true, real threats. Because sometimes a teacher might, if we give principals this authority, they may over-abuse it and say, okay, for example, a student says something or calls a dress ugly and the principal doesn't agree with that. They can't simply just go like, well, okay, well, I don't agree with you, so I should just suspend you or expel you or do something to you because I don't agree with you. It's not the principal's right to do that. At the same time, I want to clarify that we're not saying that cyberbullying isn't a real issue. We are saying that it is a real issue and it does need to be addressed because there are people committing suicides. But we're saying that the focus of the punishments and the focus of the punishments should be coming from the parents. This also comes to another point that I want to bring up. Most of the cyberbullying occurs not in school. It occurs outside of school, as my partner has mentioned before, and occurs on social media sites. It doesn't become a problem of IP addresses or not, because even if you trace the IP address, that's not really the issue. The issue is that people are making fake pages, fake user accounts, and using that to cyberbully each other. It is not, the principal can't take down these fake pages or the fake user accounts. It is the role of the social media websites. For example, Facebook are the only people that can take down a page that is being used to cyberbully other students. So it wouldn't be the role of the principal, it would be the role of the social media site. So I just want to clarify that it is not the role of the principal to enact the punishments outside of school. It is the role of the parents, because it is the role of the parents to instill their own moral values, which they agree with, not what the principal agrees with, into their own children. And they should be the ones to decide what their own children's punishment should be, because they are the only ones who know their children best. Thank you.